This is part 4 on multiplying decimals. Part 3 could have been a little confusing, so hopefully part 4 will help clarify any confusion you may have. If you look at example 1, it was 6/10 times 3/10. I wanted to actually show you what it looked like if you were to multiply them as fractions. So here's 6/10 times 3/10. In a previous video, I talked about how to multiply fractions. So let's multiply across. 6 times 3 is 18. 10 times 10 is 100, which equals 1800ths. So you write it as 0.18. That's why 6/10 times 3/10 equals 1800ths. Now I know that my notes, there are a lot of words to it, but if you focus on the ones that I have in orange, that will help focus on the ones that what you should be doing. Instead of having chopped up sentences, I had to write it out. So again, step 1 was multiply as if they're whole number. So here I had you get rid of the decimals, act like you're multiplying 6 times 3, you got 18. Put the decimal back in each number. So I put the decimals back in. Count the number of decimals, digits after the decimal. So I counted each one, that's 2 decimal places. Then take that number and move it from the right of the answer to the left. So I counted how many decimal places and moved it from the right to the left. That's a faster way of doing it without changing them into fractions. Let's do example 2. You could try this on your own if you want. You could pause it and see if you can do it. Step 1, multiply as if they're whole numbers. So I'm going to act like I'm multiplying 315 times 47. You can pause this and try this. So I multiplied it as if they're whole numbers. I multiplied the 7 first. And then when I moved to the 4, you could put an extra 0 here to hold the place value. 4 times 5 is 20, and it goes down here, and you continue. So this is our answer after I multiply as if they're whole numbers. Step 2, put the decimal back in each number and count how many come after the decimal. So I put the decimals back into the numbers, and I'm going to count how many come after, like in the 3.15, the 1 and 5 come after. That's 2 decimal places. After 4.7, there's 1. So in all, there's a total of 3 decimal places. You take that sum and go to the product, move that number of spaces from the right of the answer to the left. So I'm going to take the 3 decimal places removed from the right of the answer, 1, 2, 3 to the left, place it in the answer. So the answer to this question is 14 and 805 thousandths. I can always estimate my answer to see if it's reasonable. So if I want to estimate my answer, I round this to about 3. 4 and 7 times is about 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So if I look, my answer is reasonable. So that's how you could multiply decimals. Try this again if you want, or try problems in your book.